You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
If you hold Korean equities or Korea tracking ETFs, today's numbers are worth your attention. Foreigners net bought 2.6 trillion Korean won, approximately $1.78 billion in a single session on July 22nd, their third consecutive day of net buying. The KOSPI crossed 7,000 intraday for the first time in 4 sessions, before closing at 6,797.70, up 0.74%. LG Innotek is near certain for MSCI index inclusion in August, with approximately 313 billion Korean won, roughly $213 million in passive inflows expected on announcement day. And Korean banks, including government-owned IBK, are now suspending new variable rate mortgage lending one by one. It's Thursday, July 23rd. Let's look at what this means for retail investors in Korea. The KOSPI's July decline, triggered by semiconductor peak-out fears and leveraged ETF selling, is showing its first credible signs of reversal, backed by Wall Street bottom calls and surging DRAM export prices. The MSCI August review, due August 13th, is adding a mechanical catalyst. Passive fund flows triggered by index changes can move individual names significantly regardless of earnings. Meanwhile, Korea's financial regulators and banks are engineering the fastest household credit tightening in years, which has direct implications for both property positioning and equity liquidity planning. Here's what the numbers show. Foreigners net purchased 3.4573 trillion Korean won, approximately $2.35 billion across 3 trading sessions, concentrating their buying in SK Hynix at 1.4336 trillion Korean won and Samsung Electronics at 1.3770 trillion Korean won. Foreign ownership in the KOSPI, which fell from 41.07% on June 24th to 39.71% on July 13th, recovered to 40.34% as of July 22nd. LG Innotek, up 29.4% over the past 3 months to 647,000 Korean won, with a market cap of 15.3 trillion Korean won, approximately $10.4 billion, is rated as a near-certain MSCI August edition by Samsung Securities, which estimates roughly 313 billion Korean won in resulting passive inflows. The August 13th MSCI announcement is the first review under revised MSCI inclusion rules, which shorten the restriction period for flagged stocks and ease constraints on names with recent sharp price gains. IBK Industrial Bank suspended all new variable rate mortgage lending through its branch network on July 21st, joining KB Kookmin's 300 million Korean won, approximately $204,000 per borrower cap, and Woori Bank's per-branch monthly limit cut from 3 billion to 1 billion Korean won. The 5 major banks' household loan increase reached 4.68 trillion Korean won, approximately $3.18 billion through July 15th, already exceeding the full-year annual ceiling of 4.33 trillion Korean won before August even begins. So what does this mean for retail investors? Earlier, we said foreigners have been buying Korean equities for 3 straight days. Here's what that actually means for you. The buying is real, but still concentrated in large-cap semiconductors, and total foreign net selling for 2026 still stands at 157.7 trillion Korean won. This is a stabilization signal, not a confirmed trend reversal. On the lending side, if your financial plan involves a variable rate mortgage in Korea, the access window has narrowed materially, and President Lee's Real Estate Forum on July 23rd will determine whether regulators ease or hold these restrictions going into the second half. MSCI August review announcement on August 13th. LG Innotek's inclusion and 4 expected deletions will trigger mechanical passive fund flows that can move prices independently of earnings direction. SK Hynix earnings on July 29th and Samsung Electronics on July 30th. These are the 2 names that absorbed the bulk of foreign buying this week, and their results will either confirm or undercut the case for continued inflows. The outcome of President Lee's Real Estate Forum on July 23rd, the Financial Services Commission has tied any mortgage regulation revision to this meeting, and the direction of that decision will affect credit market conditions for the rest of 2026. That's today's AI Prism, Retail Investors. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Juan Ifrah award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.